Now Jackson on first down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, go down. Ready, green 90, green 90. Black 58 rail, black 58 rail.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. This will be caught inside the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there at 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. But his first carry, he loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45.
They get it to him running left. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Keith Marshall with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Chiefs are going to take a first quarter lead. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Butker now to kick this one away. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Watch it now, Barney. Over.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3-19. 3
from the gun. Jackson forced out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. This is Marshall, able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Marshall. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. On 3rd down, it's Marshall. And some space here. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And the Raiders have got him.
How about that one? The so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
I'm not quite sure how he wasn't able to hold on to that one in the end zone. A great opportunity lost, but a lot of relief for the defensive guys. When they get into film next week, they're going to want to know what happened. Where was the breakdown that almost allowed a touchdown?
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. On the run, he'll let this go deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Lucky 56. Over. Watch him now, Barney.
They go play action here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Play fake. Here's Jackson. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up first and 10, just shy of the 30. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here we go.
They'll run it here with Hunt, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And just shedding him off there. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys. But you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, good footwork on the spin. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the 2nd quarter. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Conley's got it over the middle. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
And here's Marshall. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Keith Marshall with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. He's got it, and it's 17-0. Butker now to kick this one away. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out come the Raiders. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Watch it now, Barney!
Play action. Now Jackson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So we race the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Jackson from the shotgun. And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Got him in. It's Brashon Perriman. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right?
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. D. Ford in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. On 2nd down, Jackson eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let... And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
And gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The gain of 39 that time.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
Here we go now.
They'll run with Marshall. Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. This is caught. Watkins. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll try to run it in with Marshall. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. This Raider defense not giving in. They'll try to hold once more on 3rd and goal. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Keith Marshall on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Butker now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10, looking deep downfield. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now it's Jackson. And he comes back with one complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll toss it to Ajayi. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Hot. Hot.
From the gun, it's Jackson. That one complete to Yeldon. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage. back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Operating from the gun, Jackson being chased out left. And he lost the football, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Over, 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 over.
From the gun, Jackson. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And now here comes Kansas City. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Left, 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 left. Hey, 17 George.
On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So we've come upon halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
So much for halftime adjustments by the defense because you know they had to talk about it. The entire first half, they struggled to contain him. And here he is coming out in the second half and establishing the same tone. Still running the football with authority, still gaining big yardage. So I just figure on the offensive side, they said, well, there is no adjustment until they slow us down.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, Parker, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
No
him.
one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
This is Carson. And he's got room. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And out come the Chiefs now. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And some room to run now. He finds an opening past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Three down. Hey, check. 3 down.
Mahomes now on first down. Flush to his right. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight. But I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And able to find Conley. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Dancing to his left. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Left.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Keith Marshall taking it in. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Butker now to kick this one away. On the return, it's McKenzie. And he spins past him and into space. There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. In for the score. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs, as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Extra point up and through, and that will shave one more off this lead. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail!
Mahomes now on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Rashawn Melvin. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down in the hands of the wrong team.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Over!
After the interception, here's Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Now it's Ajayi. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a third down.
It seemed like the situation was 2nd and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a third down.
On third down, Jackson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 21. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And incomplete on the deep ball. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Taking it about the 36. Now he opts for the spin. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10.
Now, check. Patriot! Patriot! Set! 3-19! 3-19!
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
No. Check. Patriot! Patriot!
Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They run for it with Ajayi. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. Jay Ajayi stopped short of the 1st. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock away. Clock's definitely on your side. And, you know, when we talk about analytics in the game, what is this one? The advanced win metrics? Because if you take care of the football here, bleed the clock down, with about 95% chance of winning.
Yeah, I'd say 95 or better. And I know you always say it, every coach does. It's just protecting the football at this point.
And knowing that the defensive guys, they're coming after the ball more than they are the person. They want to knock it free.
Mahomes now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Shrugs him off. Room here to run. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. On 1st down, Mahomes. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 33. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd down. This is Ajayi. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. from the gun, Jackson. He can run for it, and it coughed it up. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain.
Now the ball comes loose. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, a 22.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Over!
After the penalty, it's Yeldon. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a 1st down. They'll try and run for it with Yeldon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
3rd and goal, Jackson. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. The holding penalty, that puts them in an unenviable spot here as they try again on 3rd and goal.
Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39! Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Hot!
Jackson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Trying to cover Cooper there a little too closely.
And he's such a tough cover because he runs his route so well. Hard to stay with him and hard to figure out exactly where the break points are. And in this case, he created another pass interference call.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run with Carson. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Raiders are back within a score. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is taken at his 4. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail! Here we go!
They stay on the ground. This is Marshall again. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. The Chiefs on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw is Mahomes. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Muscles him off. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
Left, 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 left. Here we go.
And they'll run it here. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes on target over the middle of the hill. And some room to maneuver. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Butker now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Play action. Now Jackson. And the Chiefs are going to get him.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. They go play action with Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. One last shot for Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he's going to fall on this one himself. So a bit of a weird ending for sure, but they will indeed come up short as this game is over.